going on, everybody? Afflicted Gamer here, and welcome back to another Division video. It is Friday. It's time for the weekly vendor reset. You know what that means. I'll go from place to place, DZ checkpoint to checkpoint to find out what the best items are for sale this week in the Division to save you guys the time and the trouble. So, if the video is helpful in any way, shape, or form, please do drop it a like. It's much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing for more Division content, as I do put these out every single Friday. Less than 50 people away from 50,000 or 14,000. 50,000. Man, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Thank you guys so much for that. So I really hope that we can knock that goal out. Friendly reminder to double check the terminal and Camp Clinton for the blueprints, because if you do own one blueprint, it goes across all characters, and it looks like other than the stamina backpack and electronics vest, I do own everything else down here. Okay. Let's go check out our exotics and regular gear for the week. And remember, same thing as last week, guys. Anything at the vendors, you will have to optimize it. So if I point something out with a low score, but it does have good talents on it, you know what, we're at a point in the game now where everything pretty much has to be optimized anyways. It is extremely rare to find something with a perfect score, or at least a very good score on it, and then just have an immediate buy. So, Cassidy, for those of you that like to run the double Cassidy, this one has Brutal, Talented, and Boomstick with 320% stagger. If you really wanted to reroll Talented off for something else and go ahead and pick it up, other than that, I would pass. The Liberator, 20% enemy armor damage with Competent, Skilled, and Determined. You can use that with a skill build for sure if you wanted to, but again, optimize it. The Centurion, well, there is a good score, 286 with Expert and Determined. You could pair that up with this Liberator specifically and have the Free Republic talent with your skill build. Historian, 162% headshot damage with Brutal, Harmful, and History Repeats. You could leave it as is or reroll Harmful for something else. The Pecan, I would pass. Now, I did skim through this already. The only thing here is a Vigorous chest plate that is even worth taking a look at. So if you don't like Barrett's and you don't want Rapid, you want Vigorous, you could take a look at this one. 1231 firearms, 16,000 health, health on kill, and ammo capacity in the minor. Keep or reroll the health on kill, or change the firearms number into a different slot. The choice is yours. Either way, it's not too bad for a Vigorous chestplate.
Sorry you didn't see anything you liked.
Oh, it's all good, man. Alright, let's move on, and hopefully we have something good this week.
Best deals this side of the dark zone.
Alright. Upstairs at the armory, this is a bit of a on the fence item. I know a lot of people don't use the ACR, but for those of you that do, this one is not too bad. 22% enemy armor damage, prepared, responsive, and determined. So you could reroll that a number of different ways depending on what your playstyle is and what your build is, so I just thought I would point it out. Also, in terms of heavy magazine springs or quick release mags, for those of you that, again, I asked this last week, if you want to see them in the videos, please leave them in the comment section below. I think I had 1 or 2 people say they want to see high velocity mags. If that's what you guys want, leave it in the comment section and I will start to add them. At the Dark Zone gear vendor in the base of operations. Now again, something else that other players were asking for, Pro Red Dot sight. Now the values are lower on these sights than other ones, which is why I have been leaving them out. But if you guys really want these as well, here's an example of one right now. 6% headshot damage, 4% crit hit damage, 3% crit hit chance, versus using a different scope like a Pro Red Dot, not a tan, where you could have up to 19% crit hit, headshot damage or crit hit damage. Then, you know, you could have one of those instead. But if you want those, go ahead and pick them up. Okay, if you make your way down to Camp Clinton over at the gear vendor, he's got one item for sale here, a prototype performance mod, 6% first aid self heal. 6% is a max roll, so I recommend that you do grab a few of these and put them on your build or builds.
Whatever. See you around.
See you Friday, bro. Alright, at the Cavern Safe House, there's one item for sale here. We've got a Damage to Elites mod. 184 electronics, and 4% damage to elites. 4% is a max roll for damage to elite, so I would go ahead and pick a few of these up right now while they are available. Okay, now making our way into the dark zone. Sadly, that was everything in the light zone. At the 5th Ave DZ checkpoint, he's got one item for sale here, Prototype Performance Mod. 2% pulse critical hit damage, 2% is a max roll. So if you like to run pulse, you're a prick. If you like to run pulse, go ahead and pick a few of those up and throw them on your build. I hate these vendors. Okay, now over at West 31st Street, she's got one item for sale here, Paratrooper SVD. 282 score on it, 171% headshot damage, meticulous, brutal, and disciplined. Reroll meticulous for something else, and you have yourself a very nice SVD.
I'm sure you'll be back.
06 at East 53rd Street. Come on over to the gear vendor, and there is one item for sale here. A prototype stamina mod, 266 stamina with over 3,000 skill power on it. 266, that's almost a max roll. That is a very good stamina mod. I would absolutely recommend picking up a few of those. If you make your way all the way up to the East 61st Street DZ checkpoint, he's got one item for sale, which is an extended magazine. 118% mag size, 4% crit hit damage, and 3% crit hit chance. This type of extended mag is perfect for weapons like the Bullfrog, where you don't need to add any kind of increased rate of fire. So I would just go ahead and put that on there and stack up your crit damage, crit chance, and mag size all at once. Alright, and for the final stop of the week, I'm up in the DZ09 safe room, but sadly there is nothing here. So that was everything that we had for sale this week in the division. Not a absolutely horrible week, because there were some good performance mods, a good extended mag, some half decent weapons, and hopefully there was at least a blueprint either in the terminal or Camp Clinton that you guys wanted or needed that I already own, and I just couldn't see it to tell you about it. But regardless, again, I do hope that the video was helpful. Drop it a thumbs up again if so. Don't forget that you can always follow me on Twitter at Afflicted Gamer, and the stream times for me to be live here on YouTube will be at the end of the video. Other than that, have a great weekend, agents, and I'll see you very soon in the next video or in the next live stream.